Hello, friends. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing so well. I had to introduce my new family member. This is Luna, or Lulu. Lulu, say hi to everybody. Wednesday Whispers. Hope everybody's doing so great. My holiday was totally insane. We were in puppy land and everybody was sick. Were you healthy? How are you? It was totally crazy. Hey, Kalina. Yep. Anybody have a good holiday? A healthy holiday? Yeah, so this is Luna. She won't stay with us for long. Luna, what do you think? What do you think? You got things to do, hey? Things to do, places to be. Hope you guys are having like the best New Year. I just got off my manifestation workshop, which went so well. Love my other dog's so jealous. They're just hilarious together. They're trying to figure out how they do this. Yeah, were you healthy? How was your holiday? What was some highlights about your holiday? Love to see you. She's a Havapoo. So I don't know how big she's gonna get, maybe like 10 pounds, 12 pounds. Right now, I think she gained like maybe a pound this week. Like she's already so much bigger. But she is so cute. Isn't she? I know, just so in love. It's like we had to like have another little buddy for my other dog, but they're just really so funny. So Cheyenne here on Instagram says, you were so sick too. Hey, Michelle. Hey, gallery girl. Happy New Year, guys. Okay, off she goes. You got places to go. Hey, things to do. Here comes Luna, you guys. Do you want to get her, 30? Okay, I'm back. She is so cute. Yeah, she's just totally crazy. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I forgot it was like having a puppy and basically being in a haze of non-sleep and all these kind of things. What am I drinking tonight? Please do your guess for my intuitive mug tonight. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it sweet? Is it sour? I want you to practice your own abilities every Wednesday Whispers. As you know, my camera for some reason on StreamYard always makes me like fluorescent pink. Jenny, you got to visit your son in Arizona. Awesome. How was your holidays? Thank you. You had spent the holidays alone, Mamzelle? That's awesome, though. Yes, puppies keep us busy and happy. Love it. Lemon tea, hot mint tea, says Jenny. Monica, it's so weird. I think I might have had a dream about you the other night. That's so weird you're on here tonight. Yeah, so hope you all had a beautiful holiday. Kicking off my new year, I've got a Galentine's Day event coming up on February 13th if you're in the Calgary area, and do group reading. And I'm also right now just have like a few spots left if you want to get your forecast for the year. It's $99 for me to kind of tune in cards per month for you and show you just kind of what blocks are kind of coming up for you, things to think about, things to prepare you for, things to inspire you and to get ready for. So if you're looking for a New Year's forecast, there's a few more of those are $99, and I send a recorded interpretation of all the cards to you by the end of the month in the video. So yeah, that's what I'm up to these days, except in Puppyland, and my son and my husband have been sick. It has just been crazy. I was so sick, as you know, for like months. I'm finally healthy. I'm like, I better not get anything. I am like on so many vitamins, so many little regimes. Are you all healthy? There's so many crazy things going on. Gallery Girl says, I'm drinking ginger tea. You guys are feeling cold green, says Trista. Girl, you know, you're my green dealer. Trista Hagenauer, she's my Arbonne consultant. I love all my gut health stuff from Arbonne. Love it. So as some of you may know that Wednesday Whispers is always a time for me just to kind of, I don't know, bring through some inspiration, through some card readings for you, just to kind of give you some hope or something to look forward to. And then I also want to connect to the other side and bring through spirits and to bring validation. There is life after life. And this is always free on Wednesdays because I love connecting to my community. I've met so many of you, hundreds, thousands of you. And I always just, you know, it feels so sad to have like one really intense moment with you and then never see you again. And so I just love that this is our community. So yeah, love seeing you all here. DD Rabbit, is that a drink, Shell? What is DD Rabbit? Or you're tagging somebody. I'm like, is that a tea that I should know about? What am I drinking tonight? Hot mint tea, says Morgs 1909 on Instagram. So my friends, if you feel called to have a card here, hopefully you're all envisioning some things. I really don't buy the whole new year, new you thing. I'm just like, aren't we just always trying to be better, to do better, to work towards of our higher self? You know, I really believe we're in Earth school here, and that, you know, we're just another semester in Earth school of trying to figure stuff out. North Dakota for a group reading, Jenny, that would be so cool. North Dakota, never been to North Dakota. I'd love to send some healing energy out to California. That's some crazy stuff going on. So sorry to hear about all those fires down there. If there's any American friends here. Madison, I like the saying, let's put this up here. I like the saying, New Year, better me. Yes, that is my new mantra. I'm going to steal that. I love that. So if you'd like a card tonight, I'll just kind of tune in and just see what your spirit guides want to bring to you. Even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, I always say it will that week or that month. It's totally at random if I even didn't say hello to you. So sorry. Hey, Leah. And I just said your name and you want a card. So I feel like that was serendipitous. Hey, Leah Chant. So I'm just going to pull like a healing angel card here for you, Leah. I feel like there's a loved one here that's talking about a necklace that you have of theirs, that they love that you have this necklace. Does that make sense to you, Leah? Really, thank you for giving this necklace. So Leah, that's just really Leah Chant. Take charge and action. This is an interesting card for the month of January here for you, Leah. So like whatever you've been thinking of starting, they're like, do it. Let's go. This is not the time to hesitate. It's like a green light is kind of what I'm seeing. Like, let's go. So I hope that makes sense for you, Leah. Yeah. Does this make sense to you with the necklace too? Do you have a loved one, something about a necklace? Maybe it'll make sense to you later if you don't see it. Yeah, take charge. Let's get going. So it makes me feel like I'm just saying like, yes, like is what I'm saying. Like if you've just been like, should I start that project? Should I change my job? Should I do this? They're just saying like, yes is the moment for you, Leah. So I hope that makes sense for you. Danielle Brooks would like a card. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, broken sleep from Puppyland. Danielle Brooks. Hey, Danielle, I love that photo of you and a dolphin. Are you in some education and things like that right now, Danielle? I'm just kind of feeling like school energy. I don't know if you're thinking of going back to school or you're thinking of upgrading or doing a course or something like that. Leah, you don't know about the necklace? Okay, keep me posted. Email me later. But yes, let's go. Did you get a necklace for Christmas? Somebody loves the necklace. Who was I talking to again? Oh my gosh, Danielle Brooks. Yeah, Danielle, I just feel like a lot of education energy like around this year. So I hope that makes sense for you. Like, are you in school or something like that? You're thinking about further educating. And the card that comes up for you is healing energy, so this really kind of feels like a year of discovery for you when I think of 2025, not at the moment. That's okay. But I just feel like a lot of curiosity. So if you feel like inspired to take like a new course or something like that this year, I just feel like there's something about like healing modalities, spiritual modalities, or something that kind of wants to come in. So they just say your guides are just saying we're sending you a lot of healing energy. I don't know if your immune systems, they are telling me you need B12. So I don't know if like you've been thinking about that, Danielle. I just feel like, there's a lot of healing energy kind of coming your way. And also it feels like about your spirit. It feels like there's some curiosity. There's new things that you're supposed to be discovering this year. So, if a friend says, hey, do you want to go do this weekend course with me? Hey, do you want to do this retreat? There's just a lot of education to kind of come through this year. So kind of like a strange broken message for you, Danielle, but I hope that makes sense to you. Hey, Happy New Year, Maureen. Hope that made sense for you, Danielle. Love that dolphin picture. Dolphins are so magical. Lydia McGraw would like a card. Hey, Lydia. I also love these card messages because usually there's a message for all of us throughout it. If there's like a theme that happens or something. Okay, I love this, Danielle. Okay, I started taking some B12 a day ago. They're like, yes, love the B12. B12 is like so good for your body right now. So there's definitely wanting to help you boost that. I even feel like you might want to take like a shot. They're showing me like in the liquid form. You know how you can go to those places that give it to you like in a shot. So it does feel like you're pretty low on vitamin B12. So I hope that makes sense. Oh shoot, who did I say again? Lydia. Sorry about that, Lydia. Lydia, I just feel some anxiousness with you as you start the year. I don't know if you're having some anxiety and things like that already, They're showing me like breath work's really important for you. So if you've been feeling kind of like you're putting pressure on yourself to create new goals or to change all of a sudden, they're just like, things have to be really slow. Yeah. Harmony and resolution. I feel like they want like slow energy for you this year, so it's not like, get out the gate. Okay, 2025 is it my year and all this kind of stuff. They're just like, let's go slow and steady. Let's go really being sure that everything feels aligned with us, especially about people, about relationships. So I hope that makes sense, Lydia. This feels like about relationships that I'm making sure I'm tying up any loose ends with people. I'm making sure that I'm not hanging out with people that I have conflict with. I'm careful about who I'm telling my dreams to. Or like my goals and aspirations too, because right now I don't know if you have quite the network around you that's going to be like, yeah, let's do it. So they're just like, be slow and steady, really listen to yourself, really tune into yourself. Hope that makes sense. Love the ha-has. Let me pop on over to Instagram. So Loretta. Oh, Instagram names. Why can't we just have normal Instagram names? Loretta. So here's a card for Loretta if you're still here. Loretta. Opportunity and change. These are great cards, you guys, so far. 2025 is looking good for us. Opportunity and change, they say, Loretta. What kind of comes up for me too is it makes me feel too like, I don't know if you've been thinking of decluttering your place, like getting rid of some old stuff. And maybe because I was just doing that today, I'm actually sweating because we were just like pushing a mattress down the stairs. That they're just making me feel like there's like a clearing out of energy and a decluttering for you, as well as you kind of create opportunity and change. Whenever we release old stuff, it makes way for the new stuff. So I feel like they're saying, like a lot wants to come to you, but first you've got to kind of like get rid of some old gunk, any relationships that aren't serving you. They're just like kind of closing chapters there. I do feel like some cord cutting as well with relationships, if that makes sense, Loretta. And if you don't know what cord cutting is, go on YouTube. There's loads of cord cutting mantras and exercises that you can do when you just feel like you can't quite get past, some repeated patterns or some things that are nagging at you. Because they say we have a lot to bring in for you, but we need you to get rid of the old. So decluttering like kind of your spirit, your emotions, and hopefully that makes sense for you because they want to bring it in for you. Kelly, that's kind of cool. I love, there's no coincidences. You just came on here, as I said, Loretta, which is your grandma's name. She also left you a penny today. That's cool. It is cool. There's no coincidence. Awesome, Lydia. Thank you. Spot on. Nice message to hear, to just slow down and keep moving forward. I hate that about life. I think like we just wanted everything to happen so fast. And it's just like, oh, it's so slow. I think about like my weight loss journey. I think about everything that's slow. I even have really been thinking about, I've been reading, for the second time, The Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. And he talks about like, basically, I think that when we're on the other side, things happen in like an hour, like a lifetime here is like an hour over there. So when we're here, there's like a different timeline that we're sludging through, and it feels like everything's so much harder. Because when we get over there, we're like, yeah, I think I can go over back and do that again, because everything's so much faster there. That like even when our loved ones show me, they're like, well, I can't wait for you to get here. That there's this just different time over there as it is here. So it's kind of weird why they want to talk about that. Oh, here's the necklace. See, it always comes. Leah Champ, Michelle, the necklace you mentioned, I misplaced a special necklace that I went to wear at Christmas, hoping your message meant I will find it soon. Oh, okay. Yeah. Somebody's watching over that necklace. They're all about the necklace. Kelly, you're listening to that audiobook right now? See, there's no synchronicities, you guys. Isn't that awesome? Who would like a reading? I just see here Carmen Martinson. Hey, Carmen Martinson. Carmen, do you have like a really beautiful Christmas tree? Like for some reason, the spirit world is just showing me that you had like this really epic tree. Somebody loves your Christmas tree. It feels like it was done beautifully this year or something like that. Do you take a lot of pride in your Christmas tree? I have a couple Grinch trees over here. Carmen Martinson. Raise your vibration, they say, Carmen. I don't know if you've ever thought about doing like red light therapy, but they're also just showing me that there's like a frequency. You had an epic tree and you love Christmas. Yeah, I feel that about you. Like I feel pride from your ancestors watching you like take pride in your tree. I know that's so weird. The name of that book is called Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. It's like one of the top books about like the other side, and it's dense. Like I'm on it reading it like almost like school. Like I have to like take notes. but it's amazing. But yeah, Carmen, they're saying raise your vibration. And so I think for some reason, I'm feeling like light is really good for your body right now. So there's lots of different ways we can raise our vibration. And when we raise our vibration, better things come to us, like, so putting on music, being in nature, all these kind of things. But they're showing me for you, Carmen, is actually like sunlight, like being out in the sun, going out in nature, having sunlight on you, and even red light therapy. So I don't know, like if you've thought about going to some type of light therapy, they're even showing me like, what is that new therapy that has like the screens and they have like all the vibrational lines coming through it. So I know that sounds really random, Carmen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I trust that the universe is going to bring that to you and it's a divine time, but they're saying that they want to raise your vibration by like the light, so if you've kind of been getting a little bit, heavy in the darker hours of winter, they want you to seek out the light, so sitting in like those certain type of lamps, red light therapy, and sunlight. I hope that makes sense for you. Who else is here? Leslie Mountain Mama on Instagram. Leslie, I just feel like that you've set some really big attachments to let go of for the new year. Leslie, like, so I don't know if there's like some indulgences that you've been thinking of really releasing, whether it's drinking too much, eating too much, or social media or something. Like there's something that I feel like has had a hold of you in the past and you're just like, I think it's done. They're telling me like it's time, and they're telling me that especially in 3 months. So I know that sounds like it's far away, but they're just making me feel like all of the goals that you're setting right now, you're going to start to feel in the energy flow of it in 3 months. So I hope that makes sense for you, Leslie. Let me just see what kind of card they have for you. I mean, I guess we're all kind of looking at like what our vices are for the new year. And angelic protection, beautiful, which is like really, really high energy here. So this for me is, like that we've got your back, you're being supported. So I'd stay really like attuned to like any repeated numbers like 444, 555, 1111, anything like that for you, Leslie Mountain Mama. Hope that makes sense for you. I see you, Donna Marie on YouTube. Great to see you. Carmen, yes, I love the outdoors. I have peace with that. Absolutely. So it just kind of makes me feel like February might feel really dark for you, Carmen. I mean, I know the lights kind of come back, but, sometimes, those of us that live in wintry countries, it's like by February, March, it just feels really heavy. So the light's going to be important. Let's see who else. You see angel numbers all the time. Kathy Morgan, awesome. Leanne Gitz. Would like a card. Hey, Leanne. Leanne Gitz. Oh, I feel like I'm yawning with you, Leanne. Are you tired? As soon as I start to feel your energy, it makes me yawn. There's kind of like a spirit person here. There's like your team or something like that are saying that you can be quite stubborn. So I don't know if that's like something like one of your traits that you've been working with. I mean, I'm right there with you, sister. That there's something that, you're working through that you just kind of been being hard-headed out. Cause like sometimes it makes me feel like, you have these dreams and aspirations, but then there's a block. There's some stubbornness of like not wanting to follow through that way or that kind of thing. I also know if you have ADHD or something on the spectrum, that also just makes you very like, well, I don't want to do the way they tell me to. I want to do it my own way. And so that is a gift. And so they're making me feel like just to be like aware of that kind of like any blocks that you're kind of putting up, Leanne, if that makes sense. And the card that comes up for you is forgiveness and understanding. So I don't know if you've had some relationship stuff kind of be going on, but this actually feels like about yourself, forgiveness and understanding towards yourself. So you said you're emotionally drained and lost. And Taurus through and through. Totally. I know I could feel that energy with you and such a blockage. And, the forgiveness and understanding card comes up for you. And that's really about yourself. Like they're just saying like, can you please be kinder to yourself? Can you please just release some of those stuff that you're just, judging yourself on and these kind of things. And they're just showing me the Ho'oponopono prayer. I don't know if you know that one, but it's one of my favorite prayers about how we kind of move through forgiveness and difficulties and blockages. And it's just like 4 simple sayings. It's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And so when you feel a blockage come up, when you feel a difficulty come, to kind of say this prayer, to kind of like help move things out of judgment or scarcity or shame, these things that us humans love to dwell in, So Leanne, it just makes me feel like they're saying compassion is needed. Be kind to yourself right now, my friend. Oh, I hear you. And I just feel like I hate the pressure of the new year. Like we're supposed to immediately change or something, like whatever, like as if that's going to happen. And I believe in manifestation. I believe in aligning to our highest selves, but it's just like, I think the expectations and the pressure of all of it is just kind of garbage. Slow moving. Isn't the theme tonight slow moving? We're slow moving through this human existence. You nailed it. Thank you. The prayer. I love this. I've known this and haven't said it recently. I love that. Maybe that's why they're just reminding it to you, Leanne, because I haven't thought of that prayer. I just actually mentioned it in my my online class today, and I haven't used that prayer in a long time either. So I just love that synchronicity too for you. Beautiful. Let me just pop on over to Instagram. Let's see who's here. See, Sistine 31. Are you there? Let's just see Sistine. Christine. 31. You know, your body feels really stiff to me. Have you been having some stiffness in the body? They're just making me feel like, yeah, like there's, I don't know if it's like almost like inflammation or something like that. Have you been kind of feeling that? I mean, like I know a lot of us are feeling stiff after like sugar and stuff like that after the holidays and things like that. The card that comes up to you is strength and guidance. So like if you are kind of feeling like a little bit weak, a little bit stiff, or like you've been fighting something, they just want you to know like that you are being supported right now from your guides and your team. So when the strength and guidance card comes up, that means like, you know, just some big things maybe happening this month. And maybe that's the energy that I'm feeling, even like with just your physical health this month. So they are making me feel like you're really supporting your immune system and things like that. And to kind of have courage, it also feels like around like a job thing as well. You've been working with the body. Okay, beautiful. I love that. And it's almost like they're asking like to build up like your sustenance, your immune system, your stability, your strength and your potency, even like how you hold energy, if that makes sense. I don't know if you've been doing energy work as well, but it's almost like when they show me like, you know, standing in the power of things like that with energy work. They're just asking for you to really kind of know that you're being guided through that and that they're bringing more strength into that. So really wanting to strengthen the body this month for you. I hope that makes sense for you. Chrissy Geisler. Chrissy, were you just in my workshop? I know that there was another Chrissy just in my workshop. Chrissy Geisler here on Facebook. Paulette Richard, you got your year in review? Awesome. I'm going to be sending those out, in the next couple of weeks or so. So Chrissy Geisler. Chrissy, do you have a son? Oh yeah, you were just in the masterclass. Awesome. Cool. I hope you enjoyed it. Chrissy, yeah, do you have a son, Chrissy? The card that just came up was no, so I don't know if that was about you not having a son or something about a son. Chrissy. Yeah, I feel like a spirit baby. Oh, you have 3 sons. Oh, yeah. Totally. Okay, because I'm just seeing all these babies, all these boys. Okay, I love that, Chrissy. Okay, the card that comes up for you is like they want you to remember where you've come from. This card always kind of feels like a little bit fluffy, but I want you to think about this for a second. The Mother, Father, God card comes up for you. And that's usually this comes up when we just think we're trying to do everything on our own. When we're just like, okay, I got this. Okay, I'm going to organize this. I'm multitasking. I'm taking care of business. I got all this done, all this kind of thing. But that we usually feel disconnected when we get too in the masculine, too about like our own activities and what we're supposed to be executing. And your guys just want you to know, like, we want you to remember that you're like a spiritual being living in a human body. You're not a human having a spiritual experience, if that makes sense, Chrissy. You know, so like, I think they're really asking you to like, to pray, to meditate, to remember like that you're coming from like a higher power, you know. And even what I always feel about the spirit world is that we, you know, when I talk to even like spirits on the other side, is that we just go home. We go back to where we've come from. And so they just want to remind you that if you've been feeling lonely, if you've just been feeling like you're trying to get stuff done on your own, trying to like multitask and just get it done, they're just like, we want you to kind of surrender a little bit. We want you to trust us that we've got your back. We want you to kind of like depend on us. We want to start communicating with you a little bit, Chrissy. So that kind of goes into, you know, a little bit of what we were talking about in that work, the manifestation workshop. You've been anxious lately? Yeah, they're like, you know that like you're not doing this alone, that you have a team of light of people that are supporting you. You know, your ancestors, your loved ones, your team of light, you know, God, universe, creator, like that they're supporting you, and you can ask all the time. I really believe in that sentence, as I mentioned tonight, ask and you'll receive. You know, that when we can ask for a sign, or can I just feel the presence of something so I don't feel so overwhelmed or so alone, you know, that they will kind of come through for us. So I want you to just kind of hold on to that. This is the angel deck. When Madison says, what deck is this? This is the Kyle Gray. I just missed a card. A Kyle Gray angel deck. I'll just kind of show you what the cover looks like. I love this deck. It's just so simple. You know, that's why I don't like cards being too complicated. I feel like, you know, life's complicated enough. Nice. Let me just go for one more to Instagram here, and then I'll kind of start tuning into some spirits. Oh, Christine, you're a Reiki practitioner. That's why they're talking about like how you hold energy. You know, it's almost like when I first became a medium, I could only do a reading for 10 minutes, and then I couldn't hold the energy anymore. And then I worked up to like 15 minutes and then 20 minutes. And now I can do groups for like an hour and a half. It's hard for me to go beyond an hour and a half, but I feel like they're kind of building this energy within you and want your body to be super strong. So I hope that kind of makes sense then. Love it. I knew you were a healer. I could feel that. Andriana, you have this deck too? Awesome. Okay, let me just do one more on Instagram and just kind of see who would like a card. The Wild Sister Method. Hey, Brittany. The Wild Sister Method. Have we had a reading before, Brittany? I feel like your energy feels familiar. The Wild Sister Method. Oh, you know, they just say you've been procrastinating on something, Brittany. I don't know if you've just been like, you know, like, oh, I'll start that in the new year, or I'll like, I'll try that next time, or maybe I'll do that next year, you know? Yes. You're like, yes, LOL. Because they're like, stop it. Would you get going? And they say the way to do it is honesty and communication, you know? So I love this because it's like about the people you're surrounding yourself with and with yourself. Like when I think about this honesty card for you, this feels like it's about like, am I being honest with myself? Am I putting these limitations on me because I feel like I really can't do it? Or is that true? Or am I just kind of like pausing everything? You know, so they're just like, stop it. We want you to like honestly tune into your heart. Like, is this possible for me? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to start it. And I feel like February feels like a bright light around that. So it feels like it's going to take time to build, but it's like everything wants to be initiated in February. So don't miss that window. You know, even though I'm a psychic, you guys, it's like, we have divine will. We can choose to do whatever. If I say something like, I don't want to do that, then everything gets delayed or it changes, right? So you need to end a business relationship. Yes, communication, they're saying. So we really need you to step up in that. And the honesty piece with yourself, like, does this feel good for me? No, it doesn't. And then you execute it. You take action on it. So February feels like super powerful for you. Make it happen. Make it happen, Brittany. Love it. So fun doing card readings, you guys. Now I'm going to transition into my favorite part of the night, which is talking to the spirit world, talking to spirits on the other side. So I always, if you're new to this, to Wednesday Whispers, just know that anything can happen. I have no control over what spirits want to come through, but what happens is a spirit will step forward for me and I'll start to describe them. And if anything makes sense to you, so say I list 5 things and like even 2 or 3 of those things make sense, make sure you say so in the comments. So you can say like, that sounds like my mom, that sounds like my grandma. You know, I'd hate for you to like message me after Wednesday Whispers and be like, I feel like that was this person, because the moment will have passed. So I don't want you to miss the message. Also, sometimes, you know, in Wednesday Whispers, because this is my 3rd year doing it already, which is so crazy, is that piggybacking can happen. So even if I link with one of your names and I feel like the message is for you, some of you might be like, oh my gosh, I find dimes all the time, or that sounds so much like the memory that I had with my dad before he passed. Like, there's no coincidence. There's only synchronicity, you know, so your loved ones are also trying to communicate to you at the same time. So I'm just going to, I'd love for you just to take a moment here and for you to think of some people that you've lost and even type their names in the chat to bring their energy forward and to make them really present. You know, I always say that Western culture does a horrible job at honoring our grief and honoring the legacy of loved ones. So I'd love for you just to say their name. So I miss my mom this Christmas so much. I always miss my son that passed. I miss our dog as we got this new puppy. I miss our old dog. So there's kind of some weird transitional things there for us in our household. So I want you to think of who you miss and just say their names out loud tonight. Max and Lola and Maria, Levi and Jim, Tracy, Stan, Gail, Kyle, Michelle, your mother-in-law. You lost your puppy Tucker on Friday. Oh, Amber. Vicky, Najib, your Aunt Bonnie, and your Fred Tove. Your dad Norm, Nina, your mom Carmen, Chevy, Dan, Stevie, Burke, your dog Yogi, beautiful. So just kind of hold all of them in your heart. Know that as soon as we speak their name, they come close to us. It really is that simple. I think one of the hardest things about losing our people is like, how do we still build our relationship with them and communication with them? And they show me that it's as simple as saying their name. Your dog Mika, Janet, Mabel, Angela, you miss your dad. Yeah, even just saying dad. So I'm just going to kind of see who wants to come forward today. Oh my gosh, a medium's worst thing is like running out of pens. It's like I must go through like 10 pens a week. I only got a pen that works. If you've ever had an in-person reading with me or seen me in person, you know I always do like a little doodling to kind of help my process. So I just want to welcome the souls and guides tonight for this group that are watching Wednesday Whispers and just bless the hearts of everybody that's here. And I just ask for Spirit to step forward to show me where you are and what you've seen of their life and how you're communicating with them. So thank you for this time. There's a really lovely gentleman coming forward, and he feels like he was younger to me when he passed. He feels like he may have been like in his 50s. Yeah, he just nodded at me that he's in his 50s. And, he is showing me that he's moving really beautifully on the other side. He comes to me dancing, which is always my sign that they want you to know that they're moving beautifully again. So I do feel like he had an illness like that lasted 2 or 3 years that really kind of weakened his body. He just shows me that he had trouble like lifting his arms, had trouble walking. There's this favorite pair of slippers that he had. I don't know if you bought him those. And I do feel like you have a necklace of his, maybe like a thumbprint. It almost looked like a coin to me. So I don't even know if it's like ashes or something in kind of like a circular type of shape, but a necklace that you've been wearing really close to him. He looked like Coke, as in like a Coke can. And I don't know if you've just been having popcorn or there's popcorn memories with him is how he's describing it to me. He's been sending you coins, but he's also been sending you ravens. So I don't know if you've been also finding coins from him. It does feel like somebody's dad. So does this sound like somebody's dad? It could also be somebody's uncle. So any of those qualities that stand out for you, I'd love for you to kind of say so in the comments. I know there's always a bit of a delay here. So a gentleman, his like late 50s, he had an illness for 2 or 3 years. When he smiles, he might have had like a missing tooth or something going on with one of his teeth there in his passing. Ken, the Wild Sister method. What was her name again? Brittany? Ken, he died in his 50s and he loved popcorn. Is this your dad? Do you have a necklace in honor of him? Like a dog tag, a fingerprint? It looks like a unique shape. Or sometimes you can get those like silver necklaces that have like almost looks like a stamp in it. Angela, this sounds like your dad at 56. So please tell me in the comments like what resonates with you. Tell me all the things that resonate with you. He had cancer for 2 years before he passed. It might be him, Angela. Do you have a necklace in honor of him? He loved music. And I feel like you either bought him slippers or somebody still has his slippers. He's showing me these signature slippers. It feels like he got quite thin in his passing. He had missing teeth, yes, Angela? So, Angela, your dad died at 56. He had cancer for 2 years before he passed, and he had missing teeth. He just keeps showing me this chain, this necklace. Does that resonate with you, Angela? Do you have popcorn memories with him, or somebody in your home been eating popcorn lately? And the Wild Sister method, I feel like I lost you there. I don't know where you went. Oh, the delay is just killing me here. Angela, have you been seeing ravens? You have a tattoo in honor of him? Okay. Have you been seeing ravens, Angela? Come on, you guys, I want you to think hard, even if it's not your dad. Is this an uncle? Somebody also made him like a blanket, a homemade blanket. There's a quilt, a family quilt. It feels like that you might have his mom's. So, Andrea, you're saying that sounds like your brothers. We just finished popcorn with the kids. The skippers, too, ring true, and necklace. He passed in his 40s, though, died suddenly. I have a necklace of the three of us, circular Sears pick. My brother also has passed. So, yeah, Angela, that was making sense to you. Andrea, what was the name of your brother? He loved music. He's been speaking to you through music. Have you been seeing ravens all the time? Hive Beauty Design on Instagram says, I had an uncle that died at 50. He struggled with addictions and was quite frail near the end. I've been seeing ravens. Yes. Latin culture, music is his life. Okay. And Jennifer, you're kind of resonating with some of that. Yeah. I mean, I was feeling ALS from somebody that could be just like a piggyback, but I'm definitely feeling a connection here with you, Andrea. What was his name? And, you know, ravens for me are always a sign of transformation, that they're trying to bring transformational energy to you. You know, like means that you're in a time of transition and things like that. Do you have children too, Andrea? His name was Max. Oh, that's interesting. Did he ever have a mustache? So Bianca says, not sure if it would be, but my best friend's dad died in his 50s and was very frail at the end, loved music, had his teeth done. We just had popcorn tonight, not sure about a necklace or slippers though. You know, Bianca, do you want to maybe ask your friend? Like I text her and just see if she has a necklace in honor of him or something like that. Andrea, you do have children? Yes. So I'm feeling maybe like, you know, a few spirits are trying to talk to me about the same thing here, but Andrea, for you, like I really just kind of feel that this is your brother and he's just bringing the messages through the music for you, you know, and to like look for the ravens because I just feel like there's a transition, you know, so I don't know if it's like your kids are in a different level of school or you're thinking about going back to work or like bringing in something new into like the family. I just feel like there's like transition ahead, you know, and I don't know if like you've just felt stuck, you're like something has to change because it just makes me feel like this raven energy is like really wanting to kind of push through and, you know, also that your grief has been like a catalyst for all the change that wants to come. So I hope that makes sense for you, Andrea. It feels like Max, I feel him dancing too. So did he dance as well? Because I was seeing dancing. Oh, yes. And the slippers, yes. Okay. So Andrea says 100%. He loved dancing. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is Max. Beautiful. And I don't know if one of your boys just got a haircut. Do you have a son, did I say? If he just got a haircut, he loves your son's haircut. Beautiful. So there's a couple of other people that are like, that sounds like this person. Just know that there's probably they're trying to get through, and just a big hello to you as well. So Max, thank you, Max. He feels husband. He feels so happy. There must be somebody else coming through here. Somebody's husband, because I just said husband. Okay, I do feel like this may be like somebody's, like a man that passed. It feels like maybe somebody's husband here tonight. It does feel like he passed really suddenly, and it does feel like maybe like something to do with the heart, because I do feel like that he had like this cough that was leading up to the heart stuff, and it makes me feel like you were hounding him, like, you got to take better care of yourself. So I don't know if this is like your dad or your grandpa either, but he wants to say hello to his wife. I feel like his wife is still here, and he does make me feel like there's like this nagging cough, because I keep feeling like like phlegm and all these kind of things coming up, and the doctors have made me feel like, you know, he might have had diabetes, or they were warning him about diabetes and all these things. And I just feel like everybody's like, would you go for a walk already? Go for a walk. And he's just like, I just can't. It's so hard for me, you know. It was hard for him to feel motivated, you know. It's almost like he was raised like in such a different way that it was like hard for him to really feel motivated in this life. And one of his biggest regrets is, I wish I had taken better care of myself. I do feel like you have a ring of his, like, I don't know if this is his wedding ring or a family ring. And he wants you to know that there was no pain in his passing. He said that I passed quickly. So does this make sense to anybody here? So a gentleman who wishes he had taken better care of himself. I do feel like he loved food. I feel like chicken, like fried chicken and things like that. He loves like greasy food. Yeah, and jujubes. He loved jujubes. And he just didn't know how to fix things here. It feels like he was also kind of young, you know, like he feels like he was kind of in his 60s or something like that. And he's kind of funny. Like, I'll get to it. I'll do it, you know, and then just didn't really have the motivation to make the changes he needed to. And I've learned that about souls, you know, that when we come here, it's like we have all this opportunity to change and progress. And even as we're thinking about New Year's resolutions and things like that, a lot of the time we can be like, I don't know if I want to change. I don't know if I want to do it, you know. And I kind of feel like he was one of those people. He does say he was very stubborn. So if this makes sense. So Bronze82 here on Instagram, you say, this sounds like your father died of heart attack, but was in the hospital with COVID. My mother's having a hard time since his passing. They were madly in love for almost 45 years. His cough was as bad, and he was a chef that loved food. Okay. Yeah, Bronze, was he like a larger gentleman? And what kind of culture do you guys come from? Because I do feel like he's got like a flair to him, if that makes sense. And he says he was so stubborn. He didn't take care of his health, always working crazy hours. Did he love pasta as well? He was Italian? Oh yeah, I just saw like a whole bunch of like spaghetti and red sauce. Yeah, because, you know, like, it just makes me feel like his body wasn't healthy. Like, it wasn't able to hold all the energy that he wanted to do. And he said, if I could come back and do it, I want you to know that I want to take better care of myself. And he says that like that's part of the teaching that he's brought to all your family. What was his name? Yeah, he totally feels like a chef. I feel like so much food. He loved all food. I feel like he keeps showing me like some type of meat. You know, like for me, it almost looks like a big chicken leg or something like that, but it looks like really juicy. And like, did he used to make homemade tomato sauce? Because I just kind of, it looks so fresh to me, the way that he's making it. Fabrizio, oh my gosh, totally. Yeah, because I felt like another culture. I'm like, I don't feel like he's like, you know, a vanilla Canadian. No fofi. Oh, totally. Yeah, so he says part of the teaching to the family is about like how to take care of yourself, how to like, schedule things differently, not do too much, slow down, to enjoy things. He said, like when I pass, everybody's like, okay, we have to reevaluate things, that we can't all kind of end up like this. Does this make sense? And do you have his wedding ring, or your mom has his ring? Oh yeah, he said husband. Your mom has his ring? I know they used to dance all the time. I just feel like there's so many, the spirits are all dancing tonight. I love that. I was kind of dancing before tonight. So maybe they're all dancing with me. Yes. Yeah, your mom has his ring. Yeah, he's like, tell her to remember the dancing. It's almost like he's showing me a younger version of them at like some type of community. Like it feels like I'm at the Italian club, like dancing or something like that. He shows me like this memory. And he says she can hear him all the time, so different ways that we can kind of interpret messages from spirit are to, my dogs are going crazy outside, that we can hear loved ones, is that almost like a thought will come in, we're like, gosh, that sounds so, something like Fabrizio would say, oh my gosh, that sounds so much like the way that they would have loved that, or they would have said that, and he says she can hear him all the time, if that makes sense, Bronzy. So, he just says like, keep listening for me, and remember the dancing. He's also been leaving your mom dimes. So if you've been seeing dimes in places. Well, one of the memories I have is of him dancing with my daughter. Oh, beautiful. I feel like that's what he's saying here to say. It's like, remember the dancing and to look for dimes. Oh, and Kathy, you're kind of piggybacking here on Facebook a little bit. He like food didn't take best care of himself, but he didn't have the ability to get out, but not in his 60s. Yeah, it's almost like Fabrizio just didn't have the motivation to change. He's kind of set in his ways. He says I was stubborn. Everybody's like, you got to slow down. You got to do this. You got to take time. And he's just like, I don't know how. Your mother is so skeptical, a real stubborn. Yeah, well, see if some dimes show up. Yeah, well, beautiful to meet your dad. All right, my friends. Okay, well, I think we're going to kind of close it down. As I mentioned, I've got a Galentine's night coming up. So I think it's like you save money if you bring your bestie to come for a group reading for me in the Calgary area. I'm going to be doing it in Inglewood, February 13th. I still have a few spots if you want to buy like a forecast for your year. Otherwise, I've got like pretty hefty wait list that I'm making my way through here now that I've got some of my health back and my energy back. But I always love meeting with you every Wednesday. I'll be back next week. What is in my intuitive mug tonight? What was I drinking? Any last guesses? I know a lot of people were feeling peppermint, some decaf, some lemon. What did other people say? What is in my mug tonight? Tune into your intuition. We all have the ability to trust our senses and our abilities. What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking my beloved decaf. Chai, said Antonella. I love Spaziani. We have so many Italians here tonight. Orange ginger tea. I love it. Alrighty, my friends. So yeah, I'm so excited for you to get your New Year's spread too, Stephanie. So that'll kind of come to you by the end of the month. I'm kind of just working away at them, kind of sending them out day by day. So many blessings to you, my friends. As we start 2025, please be gentle with yourself. Know that there's no pressure to create a new you. You are perfect just as you are. I love that. What was that saying? New year, better me. I'm going to steal that. Okay, my friends, have a beautiful night. I'll see you next week. Night.